Muscle Garage was proudly brought to you by Repco. It starts with the parts. Mount Shop, undercar specialists. Maguire's, people who love cars love Maguire's. And Rizloan, high performance additives for high performance vehicles. In this episode, we visit Cruisin Customs in Palmerston North and take a look at a current build that will be a head turner. But first up, a 15-year project that Cruisin Customs helped on with a unique history.
It's a 1944 Ford jail bar, which in New Zealand and Aussie, they know what they are, but in America they don't, because they don't call them jail bars. It's got a 302 Ford in it that's been warmed up. It's got a C4 automatic. It's got a XJ6 Jag rear end, which is a limited slip with a independent front suspension, which also Jaguar, four-wheel disc brakes. Everything's been rebuilt or renewed or replaced. It's a war truck, so it was born during the end of the war. Now, jail bars weren't made from 42 to 46, 45. They didn't make them because there was no steel. It was all to do with the war, and they're making bombs and making tanks, and Ford were doing all sorts of other stuff with Jeeps and things. Well, that somehow got here in 1944, and it's right-hand drive. Hardly anyone in New Zealand in 1944 got a vehicle, but someone got that. And I haven't been able to research how far back it goes, where it started, who had it. I'm picking it was a potato farmer from Pukekohe. When we first came across it, it was for sale in an auction house. It was off a TV series, Street Legal. We liked the truck, we liked the look of the truck. When it came up, we thought we'd go and buy it, and they had a TV show called Going, Going, Gone, and they were selling the truck through the TV show. They interviewed me before, and we went through the show, and anyway, at the end of the day, I'd brought it, but they didn't know I'd brought it because I'd used someone else to bid, because they were watching me with the cameras and I was a bit nervous. Anyway, we brought it and we got it home, drove it for a year, and then it came time, there was a few problems with it, needed sorting. I sat down with Donna and we made a list. We sort of said, do we want a farm truck with mags, or do we want a custom truck that no one else has got? And so the custom truck thing kept coming up. So we started right from the beginning, just bare bones down to the chassis, built the chassis first, got all the new bits on it, all the Jag stuff on it. We got to the body. We weren't 100% sure what to do, but we got a friend at the end of the road, Bob Kistemaker. He sort of guided us and said, well, why don't we do this? And he was a whiz with metal, and so he altered just about every panel on the truck's different in some way. Some people will notice, some people won't. We've widened the back guards, have been widened 3 inches or 75 mils. The front guards have been widened and flared by 30, 40 mils. The roof chop it's got 2.5 inches out of the back and 3 inches out of the front. The bonnet has been spliced up the middle, brought closer in, and then welded back together, and the chrome taken off. The side vents that were in the bonnet have been filled. Grille is completely out of my head. It's just something I thought of, and Bob he could do it. So we managed to change the whole front of the truck to look like something else. The doors have been filled. It used to have a groove along the side, that's gone. I couldn't take it any further and nor could Bob, so Cruisin Customs got involved then. It went down there. It was down there for 4 years while they did their massaging and whatever they did. I used to go down once every month and just check it out. They did a good job. They did everything we asked. The custom dash in it is completely different. There's hardly any buttons or switches anywhere. We just clean. The whole car was supposed to be clean, and we couldn't see anything. So they did a great job. I was happy with them. With a build of that length of time, it took 14 years, there were a lot of things that didn't go right, and a lot of people that said they could do stuff, but when it came to it, they couldn't, and that led you down the wrong path. So when they got involved, they just did the whole thing through the cert process, through the whole thing, came out the other end with a truck that we could drive home, which was brilliant. We love it.
The brief was, when Pete brought the truck to us, was everything's going to be black, which was pretty damn cool really at the end of the day. When you see the truck driving down the road, you can see what his vision was at the beginning, and it's worked out really, really cool. It had a good platform when it started here. It was a Jag front and rear end, so we just made it drive right and everything operate correctly and open and shut, etc., etc. You know, that's what we try and make happen is drivability. The theory is if you don't like driving it, you're not going to drive it, so it's got to be able to be driven.
Yeah, in our original plan, we didn't want anything protruding from anywhere, so we shaved the door handles. Inside the cab, it's got Porsche 911 seats, and they've been formed to fit with the centre console through, and handbrake and everything's hidden down below. The only thing in there is the two window switches for up and down. The key, there's no key, it's keyless start, and then it has the stereos hidden under the dash. You can't see it unless you get down underneath and look up. The headlights and the wipers are all hidden underneath the dash. They flip down in a little panel that you flip down when you need them. But you never need wipers in Auckland because it never rains. Hey, that's for the South Island. I built the tray myself. It's a hydraulic tipper. We had to find a way to get the tipper up so we could get the wheels off, because the wheels are big. They're 20-inch wheels with 55 series rubber on them, so they're very tall, very wide tyres. And to do that, we had to build a ram, and a friend of mine is very good at that sort of stuff, so he built this ram for me, and I got a auxiliary type hydraulic pump off a hydraulic lift off the back of a truck, and we made that all work. The tray lid was made out of one-piece sheet of aluminium, which we put a bit of crown in by wheeling through the wheeling machine and then folding the sides down into a waterproof type system, so the water, when it rains, runs down and comes out in little holes that we put right through to the ground, so they don't run inside the tray stays dry. The tailgate was one that I built myself. The guy in Te Puke stamps metal with whatever you want, so he put a Ford logo in it for me, and then I folded up all the thing to suit the tailgate and do the tailgate. There's people out there that have got shed full of tools, and they're amazing what they can do with them. You just got to find them. He brought the number plate before it came up, before personalised plates, and that's 35 years old. And then when it came up time, they ring them up and say, oh, okay, your plate's here. And he went and picked it up. So we didn't want to lose the registration on the truck. Yeah, so it's an original black plate. The wheels are painted in, it's called shadow chrome. It's like, because I didn't want normal aluminium or chrome wheels, I wanted something a bit different, and I found a guy in Palmerston North that does it, and he did them for me. And the guy that did the upholstery was Classic and Custom Interiors, and he did a great job. When I brought the leather, I thought the leather was black, until I put it against the black truck and then realised it was more charcoal than black.
The first time Pete and Donna saw it was at the CRC Speed Show last year, and they cried. You know, it's been a 15-year build for them, so you know, there's a lot of emotions, and it just looks mean driving down the road. It just mean as, so that's the big result.
All the major shows are booked. We're going to Beach Hop, Americana, Muscle Car Madness, so she'll be all over the place. Gonna go everywhere. Built it to drive. You do that once in your life, you realise how much it costs you, and then you realise let someone else do that and just go and buy one. Let someone else do all the work for you. It's just the amount of times you have to do things twice. It's crazy. Yeah, 15 years, long time.
I doubt if Pete's going to put some gravel on the back of it, but you know, who knows what he's like being a builder.
Now we'll take a further look into Cruisin Customs, a retail and hot rod shop dedicated to building, fabricating and refurbishment.
Palmerston North based hot rod shop. Been in business now 15 going on 16 years. We specialise in like chassis fabrication, bodywork. Basically we do everything in-house apart from our wiring and our upholstery, which gets outsourced. There's 9 guys in the shop. We've got a real good crew of guys. They're all car focused sort people. They all own hot rods or muscle cars, and we basically do whatever somebody wants us to do or what they can dream up. There is limitations on what can be done, but we definitely just build whatever somebody wants us to build, really. At any one time, in the shop, there's usually between 15 to 20 full builds going on in the shop. We do a little bit of sort of like in and out maintenance sort work, which fills in gaps, but most of the time we've got a pretty good backlog of work, and we've got quite a waiting list now going, which is really good. We've never had that. We're not really a restoration shop. We upgrade suspension. We're a dealer for Heights suspension, and we sell a lot of their products, and we're backed by their factory. We enjoy using their products. They work really, really well for us. They're very popular here in New Zealand, and I'd say probably 80% of the builds that we do all have a Heights, either a Mustang 2 or a Super Ride front end, which, just the drivability of your car with putting one of those in is just awesome. You can chuck it into a corner and know that it's going to be safe. It's going to handle the way that you're expecting it to handle, and we really enjoy using their products especially. We do a lot of air conditioning conversions, triangulated 4-bar rear ends, airbags. We're RideTech dealers, so we use a lot of RideTech products. And using these big companies from America, it's made our builds a lot nicer, a lot easier, a lot simpler to do. And we really enjoy the relationship we have with those places now. It makes life a lot easier for us and for the customer. We get to build cool stuff for our customers with really good products, and it just makes for a lot easier, faster, and better quality build, I guess. We have quite a lot of friends over in America that we have sourcing vehicles for when a customer wants something. So we've sourced just this year, 2020, a couple of 50s F100s that have come from all over America and get shipped to the shippers that we use over there and back to here. And once they're here, we do the compliance work and stuff to get them on the road, and the customer goes driving, really. So it's whatever somebody wants is usually easily found.
One of the previous builds from these guys was this 1955 Chevrolet Nomad, which won Beach Hop Top 5 in 2019 and Muscle Car Madness Top Chevrolet this year. Well, the Collins family, who had the vision for the Nomad, have a new project underway at Cruisin Customs that we'll want to keep an eye on.
1970 C10 we bought from Pomona Swap Meet last August 2019. Been a one-owner truck for the last, I think it was about 22 years. And it was basically just a farm truck when we bought it. All stock running gear, stock height, and shipped it back to New Zealand here. As you can see it's sitting pretty low now. We've put a Heights Super Ride front end into it with RideTech shockwaves, which will be in the back as well. It's got a custom set of US mags. The fronts are 20 by 8s, the rears are 24 by 14 inch rims. It's got a brand new LSA motor, supercharged motor out of Australia with a 6-speed behind it. And the goal with this truck is to basically drive it as low as we possibly can and have fun with it, really. It's we're not doing a heck of a lot of body modifications on it, you know, shaving little bits here and there, but mostly it's going to look like a stock truck with a massive set of wheels on it, driving an inch off the ground basically is kind of our goal. We've C-notched the front end up into the chassis. It's got a custom rear end that's away getting laser cut at the moment, and that'll be fabricated here in-house. Ford 9-inch going in the back. Custom interior. It's going to be based off a stock interior with a few little tidy up bits and pieces here and there. The engine bay is going to be all custom to pick up where the wheels are going to come through, up into the guards and stuff like that. But apart from that, if you look at it, it's basically going to be a stock looking truck from the outside and have a one-off chassis underneath it. Yeah, we haven't really decided on a colour yet. We had Kurt Gooden from Gooden Concepts do a design for us, a concept drawing, and the first sort of initial was going to be kind of like an olive green, and that's kind of changed now into maybe a gunmetal grey, and yeah, we're a wee way off colours, so that'll probably change 2 or 3 times between now and then again. But going off the last car that we built for these, this family, whatever colour they come up with is going to be pretty smack on, because the last one we did, the colour that they chose just pops, so yeah, it's going to be good. It's got wallwood brakes all the way around. We're using a Hydro Boost braking system and a wallwood master cylinder. Flaming River steering column, full RideTech Ride Pro X system, which is pretty awesome. Now you get to control everything off your cell phone. And basically the only other request that the customer has is that he wants a permanent chili bin in the tray. So we're going to lift the deck up and lift another lid up, and there's going to be his beers for the day for him and the boys. To go to the rugby, go to shows, all that sort of stuff. And that's kind of it, really. It's we chose the LS motor for the reliability of it, and just the ease, nice cheap power. It's going to be a really neat truck. We're really looking forward to this one, and it won't be too far away. So
Keep an eye out in future episodes as we check in on progress at Cruisin Customs and follow the build through to the end. Thanks to our sponsors, we have this amazing prize pack to give away, including this Repco 27-inch tool chest and trolley and a complete Maguire's and Rislone car care pack. With a total prize value of over $2,000, there's no excuse not to enter. Just go to themotorhood.com and follow the Repco Muscle Garage link on the homepage. Good luck, everyone. Muscle Garage was proudly brought to you by Repco. It starts with the parts. Mount Shop, undercar specialists. Maguire's, people who love cars love Maguire's. And Rislone, high performance additives for high performance vehicles.